The head of Live Nation is publicly apologizing to Taylor Swift fans for a major ticketing fiasco that has now landed him front and center in a national investigation.
Joe Berchtold told the Senate Judiciary Committee the company learned valuable lessons from the situation. He says bots and online secondary sites caused a meltdown of Ticketmaster's website, blocking Swift fans from buying concert tickets.
This is what led to a terrible consumer experience, which we deeply regret. We apologize to the fans. We apologize to Ms. Swift. We need to do better, and we will do better.
The committee is also asking for a list of improvements that the company will take to prevent site crashes and soaring ticket sales. Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar is part of the Judicial Committee. She spoke with Esme Murphy after the hearing. Esme, we're going to quote Taylor here. There's some bad blood here, and it seems like, was anyone satisfied with the apology?
Absolutely not, no. And I can tell you, according to the senator, it was bipartisan in concerns here. The senator believes that Taylor Swift's meltdown just shone a big light on this whole problem.
The issue becomes scalping, charging too high rates, the bots, people who are speculating and don't even have the tickets. Those are areas that are ripe for new legislation.
And that's what happened with the Taylor Swift tickets, is these bots bought up all the tickets. And then
right, it was part of what happened. The other thing was a cyber attack that they didn't handle well. And then the other thing is they somehow didn't anticipate that Taylor Swift would be popular. That just seems a little crazy, but so they just didn't have their act together. And that's my point. If you had another major player, if they were still competing against each other, you actually would be able to have an alternative for major acts to use for ticketing. And that's what we'd like to see.
Now, the senators also grilled Ticketmaster on its fees, which consumers have no idea how much they are and what they're for. Sometimes the artist can end up with as less than 30% of the ticket price.
Wow.
And the fans don't know that.
Yeah.
And the fans need to know that, according to the senators.
Yeah, a lot of money being spent. We heard her mention competition. So how much of the market does Ticketmaster control?
Well, the senator says since Live Nation and Ticketmaster merged back in 10 years ago, 80%. They control 80% of the market. And Ticketmaster has even shut down more competition by insisting that arenas and artists do long-term deals. And so therefore, the arenas feel they have to play with Ticketmaster because otherwise they'll get shut out.
Yeah, they'll
so
get skipped over to a city 90 miles away or something like that. So what happens next year?
Well, you heard the senator talk about legislation on some of this. There also is a judicial investigation by the Department of Justice into this monopoly, and it's very possible the U.S. could decide to, bust up this monopoly and split Live Nation and Ticketmaster.
Wow.
Yep.
Change is needed.
All right, thank you, Esme.